But I've realised the source of all truly great hot takes is s1mple, because it's still uncertain if he'll ever be really good. But we all know how good he was, and he was the ultimate outlier, so it means he essentially defies all rules and principles and patterns, right? So here's the simple, it's the weekly s1mple hot take. This one's going to be even better than all the other ones. Get ready. So as long as he doesn't go inactive again, if s1mple plays for 2 more years, he will win a major in CS2. Let that marinate for a second. Let the room, the hushed tones. Oh, he's done it this time. He really does just suck his dick, right? Oh, who said that? Throw them out, have them removed and piss on their contract and their ticket, right? Here's the reason why. Because one, notice I did say he has to play actively again. He can't just be coming in and out like this and doing 3 months and going, oh, it's not my real roster. He has to actually commit to being a real player again. I'm not saying for what team, by the way. I'm even going to take the angle that I don't know if he'll end up on a good team, but if he ends up on Na'Vi or he gets onto FaZe or whatever, I even will say one thing that he should play against me is a lot of his career he had success playing with Russians. Doesn't matter, because that's even one of my reasons why I'm going to pick this. Because one, he has now entered the international scene and we know he speaks English. So actually, if anything, he has more options for teams now. That's why it's important he has to keep playing and commit to being good again so people get the real s1mple. If he commits, by the way, he doesn't even have to be the #1 player. I think if you look at, first of all, if you look at his style of play, I actually think Na'Vi, except for the latter rosters, underused his style. Some people will know his teams were notorious for Edward having the AK and him having the Deagle. They were notorious for one player could have force-bought an AWP, but they wouldn't. They'd all buy half buy or something. I think if you put him, the joke is if he stays in FaZe, Carrigan will do this, mate, I'm telling you. Carrigan will force feed this guy AWPs. He'll make sure this guy gets the weapon every time. I'll also throw this out there. Bizarrely, it's actually this mini comeback where he isn't even good yet. I actually thought of this take because, mate, one of the things, Maui, on the cultural impact thing that is also real is, bro, when s1mple just entered the server, you could even see players for real just reacting to the name in the fucking kill feed. You could see players that currently are better than him, sort of double second guessing, a step forwards to peaking, basically, because their brain was s1mple just killed 2 of my team. You could see that. The s1mple effect's real. And then lastly, I also do think, because he hasn't yet got a solid team where he's really put in the hours, because by the way, s1mple actually shows you, by the way, guys, youngster, listen up, why it isn't about talent, it's about talent and hard work. Because I think what s1mple lacks in confidence now is that he knows he hasn't put the hours in. s1mple before used to have the most talent, but he also knew he'd outgrinded everyone. He'd played 1 million hours of Face It. He played every tournament. He'd had years and years grinding in the game like Rops did, where they just at that point, you think he's super. I also think if you give him 6 months to a year, the real s1mple confidence will come back. The shit where you do go for every 1v2, you just swag them with. So obviously it is a really spicy hot take. Thoughts, boy. And he did only win 1 major in CS, so I've also made it a crazy fucking take, haven't I? I'm basically saying he'll hit it, not individually, but he'll hit his career accomplishment peak in CS2 within 2 years. Thoughts?
You kind of cut yourself short a little bit because you said you need to give him 6 to 12 months, right? And that leaves just another year to win the major. That's going to be 2 majors, so he needs to win 1 out of 2. Or that because we are assuming that he won't.
No. I mean, he has 6 to 12 months to get into the game and get good again. I don't think he's going to win the next major in fucking Austin, but that's Budapest.
Budapest, right?
Yeah.
The thing is when he's.
All right, I'll tell you what. You're right. I'll give you. Here's the negotiation consent. Forget 2 years, not counting the Austin one because obviously he hasn't probably come back. So from Budapest onwards, he has 3 majors. He's going to win 1 of them.
So Budapest +2. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm also factoring the idea that I think when he plays enough, he'll then, because he's in the national community, he'll have a lot of choice of where teams to go in, people will build around. So it is a crazy take, I'll give you that, but hit me with it. Hit me, boys.
I feel like Fox Mulder. Like I want to believe, I want to believe, right? The thing is but it's Dana Scully.
Okay.
the thing is right now it's too much competition for one thing, and too much future competition as well. Right now, s1mple was the greatest of all time in CSGO because he was s1mple. He didn't need me, you, Blade, Zeus, anybody. He needed s1mple, and he did it by himself. By grinding, the same way Michael Jordan did it, the same way Kobe Bryant did it, all these Mike Tyson, all these special human beings. And s1mple is a special human being when it comes to CSGO, right? He's going to apply the same trades probably to CS2 if he wants to. You said become active, that means sign a contract, play out proper teams, all the events, try to play the old events and stuff like that. Now, even with the best s1mple there ever was, he barely won that 1 major, right?
He did win it without dropping him out, but fair enough.
Listen. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that I'm not diminishing that. He just won one. That's the thing, right?
Okay,
As the greatest of all.
Yeah, true.
Again, he didn't have the best supporting crew. Not the worst, but not the best. He did have that 2021 team that
was a
won
very
that
good
thing.
lineup, yeah.
That was a decent lineup. Before that, only Electronic and a couple of more players. But now, where do you put him to be that major champion in the past, Austin, so Budapest +2? Where do you place him to give him a realistic chance? Not Duncan, I really want this fairy tale to happen. Because we all do.
Okay.
It's not just you. You're just vocal about
You'll notice
where do you put him?
I'm also, I think I was quite explicit about this. I'm also not saying he has to be the number one player. He has to be simple. I just think, put it this way, let's say he became like the sixth best player. I just think his options should be crazy. He should be
the top 20.
He could be in a FaZe roster. He could be in an RV roster. He could even be in a fucking G2 roster he wants probably. Even though they said they didn't want him, but then who gives a fuck what they say,
Yeah.
Team Liquid,
but nobody trusts him. But where do you put him as the top 20? Say he's top 20 player. That's a fair question. Top 20 player, he can do it definitely. Like not top 3, top whatever, but top 20.
Okay.
Which team do you put him as if you are the guy who wants to improve his chances of winning that one of the other 3 majors? Where do you place him to give the best chance?
The problem is this, right? If they can get the rest of the squad together, I do like FaZe because he's got Carrigan, but I also wouldn't hate going back to Na'Vi and having played and having Alexi B. I think that could work too. They've got a nice set of players there. Still
that would also mean that they need to keep Bit plus a little bit more firepower.
They have to have most of the roster.
And still have to deal with all this competition. Vitalities and all this stuff, right?
Yep.
It's an extremely difficult task. If that happens, that's going to be a fucking... That does it for me. I would be the number one s1mple fan forever, right? I would just over Nico, but it's very, very... I'm very skeptical.
Thoughts, Murray?
I mean, yeah, I feel like so much of winning a major is just about the team that's around you. But I mean, okay, I'll say this before to just even kick it off. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of Thorin's unwavering
support.
Yeah. The joke really is like find a woman who loves you like Thorin loves s1mple's peak or whatever, Yeah, exactly. And never ending.
Exactly.
Unimpeachable.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the thing that
the joke is, I don't believe in Jesus mode, but I do believe in s1mple. There's a quote for you right there,
I think the best part about this is that because FaZe didn't win that much with s1mple in their first outing, people might actually be underrating him. Like he looked good. He looked pretty darn good.
He had flashes. Certainly.
I'm not gonna say that the final game that they got eliminated on, he didn't make some errors, but I'm also gonna say that the ceiling in some of the rounds where he was able to take over, there's not many operas in the world that could do that stuff. So if he's able to raise the floor, which I assume is going to happen when he has people around him who are more stable, then he can work within that system a bit better. So it's a fun take because I don't think
it's a good take. I like it.
It's an intentionally crazy.
You're never gonna. I feel like the most consistently wrong take that Thorin's had on the show is any prediction regarding s1mple on any of the stints that he's had. But
I'll even admit
continues to double and triple down.
It's cause my original s1mple takes 10 plus years ago was so fire and all sort of came true the way I couldn't. And part of me feels like do it again. You can do it again. You can hit the lottery again.
I think the biggest reason why both Duncan and myself love s1mple so much as a CS player, right, is because he has that little string of fanaticism in himself, right? That got him the best that he proved. You said it at the beginning of your argument. You said that it's hard work. It's not just talent. It's mostly hard work and a little.
But it's it's one of the reasons why, again, the fanboys will get this wrong. The reason why I'm a massive Ronaldo fan isn't yes, obviously the goal highlight packages. No, it's the fact that I know this. I know he lived and died to be the best, and you can tell he really did get jealous if someone won the Ballon d'Or over him, and he went crazy. That is there's very few players ever be like that. Kassan.
You have to have the specific mindset. We said Cristiano Ronaldo is a good one. We said Kobe Bryant and Michael Jackson. Jordan. The Kobe Bryant thing, it's more recent for the people, I guess, younger people that are watching the show, right? You can see in all these videos the mentality that he has, is completely different than other athletes. That's what s1mple is in CS terms. He has different mentality than 99.9 people in CS. He obviously has a lot of talent, but the amount of hours he had in CSGO and CS, and now I don't know if he's going to come back, but it's definitely something to cheer for. I would rather cheer for that than for fucking, some other teams. I don't want to name them now. You know what I mean, right?
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.